Podcast, Banner Podcast, Brews and Banner Podcast. What up, welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got, juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
My question to everybody is, does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Right, soundtrack is dope, man.
Damn.
Appreciate that.
Turn me up a little bit.
We don't own the rights to this one.
Yeah, the first one we do.
Yeah, that's us. The first one's ours. The second, this ain't us.
Woo! Bitch, I got blue hundreds on the floor.
Chill.
Snowman!
Chill.
Oh, I forgot he was a snowman. I ain't heard that nickname in a minute.
It was over everybody's chat during that.
It's Brad now, right? Isn't he a congressman or some shit now?
That's a group.
Mhm.
Who, Jeezy?
Yeah.
What up?
Congressman Jeezy?
I don't know. He's something. He's not a gangster no more, I think. I think he changed his life around or something.
Absolutely.
That's good.
That's great.
What up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rocket and the brew. Will that be the fuel? And I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, the legendary Brew Crew. What's going on, fellas?
What up?
What is going on, everyone?
What up?
Hello.
This is episode 98 of Brews and Banter Podcast, and it's volume 29 of our social distancing series. That means we do have two great guests on here again today. One is back for the second time. Mike Potter of Black Brew Culture. How are you, sir?
Welcome.
Why you look around like we want to talk about him?
Welcome back.
And we also have John Renthrope, CEO and brewmaster of Cajun Brewing. How are you today?
Welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Congrats on 2 years too, man.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
For our
Appreciate
anniversary.
that. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been hard out here for a pimp.
Y'all graduated in 1998.
What that mean?
Remember back in the day we used to every episode, like episode 26. Episode 98 is when I graduated.
98.
Yeah. We make a reference to something.
Yeah, we stopped
Okay.
that. I don't know why. We stopped doing that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it back. It's brought back.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously.
We should have started singing beers on the wall when we first started. So that
Oh,
way
nice.
We could be at 98.
99. Yeah, 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Y'all are so stupid.
Well, you
Yeah,
can
like
start
these-
that. You can say that next week. There you go. You
Man,
can
they'd have
sing
been like these. Yeah, right. They'd be like these corny motherfuckers. I would
Nah,
never.
we should figure out a way how to remix it and and highlight that and do a little like remix, make a little video clip, a little TikTok or something.
Yeah, that's
We
what
figure it out.
We have to remember.
got that.
We have to have
got
99
that,
bottles.
Dad.
We got more than 99 bottles, even though
Oh,
we
yeah.
week 98.
I know we lost. We just lost
We lost.
about it.
John.
Well,
lost John.
fucking talk about 99 bottles. He ain't want to hear that shit.
Nobody wanted to sing that song. He was like, "I'm not singing nothing today. I'm out."
He lost with that quick. He was like, you know what? Yeah, this is corny. Please.
I'm out.
While we
We
wait
still
for
got
him, we will ask.
We still got Mike, so that's
Yeah, we still
yeah.
got Mike.
at least we kept one. He was like, fuck it, I'll deal with the beer.
Yeah. He know how this go. He know we like to have fun.
Yeah. I'm a veteran, man.
That's awesome. Honorary Brew Crew member.
There you go.
But always before we get into it, I always like to know what are we drinking today. And we always start with at least one of our guests. So,
All right.
Mike,
I'll
what are
set
you
it
drinking
off.
today?
I'm drinking the original Blacktoberfest Marzen Ale.
Ooh.
It's got 6%.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Marzen style brew with we did this one was honey roasted squash. Did that in the mash, and it turned out delicious, man. So right now, finishing off that batch is one of my favorites.
Wow, that looks like grapefruit juice. That looks
that thing is.
You said it's a Marzen, Mike? That's a Marzen.
Marzen Ale.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that thing's
What's
beautiful.
the ABV on it?
This is 6%, man. But this was our 6%. Collab with 6%. It's nice and malty. Got a solid Marzen taste. It's I think they did a bang up job with it. Dirtbag Ales. We brewed it at Dirtbag Ales with John and Cajun Fire, Kofi at Sankofa.
Yep. Okay.
Claire Brewery, Brew and Feed, Spaceway, Harlem Brew.
Nice.
Everybody was in the collab for this beer?
Yeah, everybody came.
Wow.
So, that's nice.
A couple couldn't make it. Just Chris at Black Frog actually ended up brewing his own 7-barrel batch. So he had a version in Ohio. It was really good.
Okay. Mike, where did y'all actually do the brewing for that particular beer, since it was so many collaborators?
Everybody came to Fayetteville, North Carolina, Dirtbag Ale facility.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, ran by Tito Valenzuela. He's the owner. Him and his partner, Black-owned brewery, and they were gracious enough to host us for this collab. And it was a bunch of fun, man. We had a blast.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. That's awesome. That's dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll try to get to John once you get back in. So, Dad, what are you drinking today?
I went to Monument City Brewing Company. One of we've featured this brewing company on before, but this is a West Coast style double IPA. The can is like a cream color, so it looks washed out, at least in my camera view. This is Among the Pines. This small 12-ounce can packs a mighty punch, though. This is 9%. But color-wise, look almost similar to yours, Mike. But a little darker though.
A little darker.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a lot of light coming into.
Yeah. But tastes great. Very, very, very malty. You can taste the Simcoe and Amarillo hops, but the citrus notes shine right through. So for me, cheers, brothers. Pass me another.
Cheers.
All right. Lou, what you drinking? He was studying that bottle.
This is a lot. There's a lot going on with this, man. This is Arm Gang. We went back to Arm Gang. We like them.
Gang.
This is their bourbon barrel adoration. It's a Belgian style Noel ale brewed with spices aged in bourbon barrels. It's a limited edition. It came out in 2019. It is 11%.
Woo!
11.5% alcohol by volume. That's why I've been reading so much.
We trending up. Yo,
my eyes,
Yoda.
My eyes is blurry.
Nope. Yoda, you been topic.
This is what it looks. This is what it looks like. It's kind of orangish, brownish. Yeah, that bourbon is in there heavy.
I'm about to say that look like straight liquor.
Yeah, it smells like alcohol for sure. But it does have the carbonate. It does have the carbonation in it. It's good, man. Pass me another. But just have I'll just have one because of 11.5%.
Oh, featherweight. It's like no.
And I am. Yes, I have one. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish this, Dan.
You better drink that shit out the bottle.
No, sir. No,
by
sir.
The neck. Hold it by the neck.
Craft beer bougie. I'm craft beer bougie. Only I gotta see what I'm drinking.
Man, you might have to
I pour it in little tiny cups. You see my little tiny cup.
Man, the way that bottle look, you might as well put a brown bag over top of that. Put that in the brown.
Look at the way it smells, it deserves a brown bag too. This is bourbon, bro.
Jeez.
It's good though. It's good. It's good. Good mix.
All right. Yo, what are you drinking?
Okay.
This. Say now.
Okay.
Or that.
You know, I don't want to talk about it because I don't know how to pronounce the brewery.
It's Escouchian.
Escouchian.
So what I got is the Fancy Clancy's.
You changed beers, yo?
No, it's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same one. Look, that's the back of the can.
Okay.
This is from Escouchian. I don't know. That's how you say it. Brewing Company, and this is out of Winchester, VA. And this is the Fancy Clancy Pilsner. And Fancy Clancy is actually somebody that had a beer vendor in Baltimore at the Oilers Park, right?
Park, yes, baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Orioles, not Orioles. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
You
Orioles.
said Oilers.
Oilers. He said
Oilers.
Oilers.
But so they had so he used to serve beer. I don't know if he still does, but he was serving beer there for like 45 years or something like that. And so I don't know why VA decided to do the beer and Baltimore didn't, but whatever. But
maybe it's from VA.
Yeah, maybe. But this is like
name. They called him Fancy Clancy.
Yeah,
or they just called him Clancy.
Nah, they called him Fancy Clancy. I want to say his name was Clarence Haskett, I think.
Carol Baskin.
And I don't think Virginia doesn't have a baseball team, so maybe.
True. Yeah, the Orioles are probably Orioles and the Nationals are their team. Yeah.
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 There you go.
Sort of like our situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this
and if you're,
which is great, sir.
Go ahead, Rob.
I would say if you're ever in doubt on how to say something, I always YouTube and to see how many people say it.
Yeah, I probably should have and listen to everybody else say it wrong. And then,
I feel like I'm right. I feel like it's
Scushion. I like it.
I feel like I've heard it's Scushion.
Execution.
What you say? Triple X extension. Rest in peace.
But it's pretty good. It's only a 4.5%er. So I mean,
you said it's a Pilsner?
Yeah,
it's a ballpark. It's a ballpark.
Yeah, it's a ballpark.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one, right? Yeah.
You can't sit up there with that 11%er at the ballpark, man.
You're not gonna make it to
by the second inning. By the second inning, you be gone.
Then don't let your team be losing. You cussing everybody the hell out. Like,
and you may get 3-4 more of them.
Right. It's usually hot up in them stands and shit. No.
Yeah. See. Yeah,
but hey, John, welcome back, John.
Man, I had some technical difficulties.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Right. It happens to me every week.
No. So what are you drinking today, John?
Man, I got a little collection right now. So I'm gonna start it off. This is the Pilsner I normally sip in between. Nothing fancy, twist off top. Canadian import.
Okay.
This is my personal Big Chief Cream Stout. Yellow base stout, 5%.
Okay.
This is the hue on it. It's pretty good head on it. It's actually good. This one is like a year and a half old, so it's my first time kind of seeing where it's at with.
Okay.
So right, and one of my competitors, Nola Brewing. I got it has pink guava in it.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know if it quite tastes like beer, but it's doing the job. It's 8%.
Okay. That's right. You gotta know what's out there, right? Right, John?
Yeah.
I know what's out there.
Yo, so I didn't know we was doing multiples, Jay. So another one in.
There you go. Do it.
This will be the second one. Let me turn on my camera. This is Don Dada Cardamom Stout.
Yeah.
You see how? Yeah. And you can make sure we get out.
Yep.
Oh man, Belly is in the house.
So this 9%. No, I'm sorry. This is 7.4%.
Okay.
Cardamom in this. A couple other spices brewed out of Spaceway Brewing. Shout out to Brianna Break on this one. She kills this every time. And then I don't know if any of you guys have had this one this season, man, but this is a really solid double IPA. Double IPA, man.
I've seen it. I bet you it smells good, Mike. It probably smells really good.
That good 90-minute.
Tasty.
I got one right here.
Yeah, that's hometown.
Yeah, that's local, right? Yeah, that's
us. That's Delaware.
Okay.
Headed to Delaware with one change in gear.
There it is.
Hey, Rob.
Yes, sir.
What would you happen to be drinking this week?
I'm glad you asked, Lou. I am drinking the pumpkin pie, gravitational confection pumpkin pie from Wilmington Brew Works. That is
nice.
The can.
Local.
It is their Danish pastry quad. So it is coming in at 10% ABV.
There it is.
If I'd have known we was getting drunk today, I'd have just.
Well, it's every Sunday.
Let me go get something else. Somewhere go get some Henny and be like,
I got it. And I got it in my black brew culture glass.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man,
right.
I see what you did there, Rob. Way to impress the guest.
I know.
Yes.
Fucking one-upper.
I'm telling you, it's all about influence, right? You know, the circle is important.
got a fourth contender too, man. It's Sunday. It's been a long work week. So I got my honey ale. You know, it's in my blood.
Oh,
hard.
Oh, yeah,
That's my heart right there, man.
Oh, he got like 5 beers. He going.
Right.
It's a long week, man.
We missed the memo. We missed the definitely memo.
Yo, wait a second though, John. Put that glass back. What is that, yo? Is that a plastic? Plastic cup?
Oh yeah, that's definitely
the plastic drink
cup. That's the banquet cup.
That's the banquet cup.
He just sipping.
That it was a punch. It was a punch bowl with random cup. It was a punch bowl with some Sprite and Hawaiian punch in it.
I didn't have time to prepare and get like a nice clean glass. I didn't want the mafia coming after me, man. The dirty glass.
Yeah, Rob would have been on you. That thing was dirty, so you right.
Yeah, Rob. That's right. Rob, tell him. Rob would have come at it. Yes, you would have
said anything to our guest.
It's like that lacing is trash. Look at that lacing.
He'd have waited till the end, and he'd have been like, "Yo, did y'all see his glass? That shit was dirty."
That was not beer clean. That's not beer clean.
I would have not did that. You know, it's funny. I drank this. I had this the other day. I drank this the other day, and you know how Wilmington Brew Works don't put their ABV on their can.
Oh yeah,
I had two.
Right.
I was like, why am I feeling so woozy? And now I know.
Why, bro?
Yo,
I looked it up.
Yeah, we did that photo shoot yesterday. You was doing the crisscross applesauce standing up.
Uh-oh.
You lost Lou?
Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Audio.
No, he's still here.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like we got some good brew. Everybody drinking on. So without further ado, you like how I did that? No. Nobody.
Nah.
You want to start with John?
What just happened? I don't know what you did there.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's just start with John.
What? Brew ado.
Further ado.
Oh, man. I was trying not to have you come back to it. Let's start with John. Let's start with John.
That was fucking terrible.
Well, without further ado, you won't let me get there to him.
I don't know about a third time, man. With these jokes here, man.
Yeah, we don't act right. We don't know how to behave.
Though. Ooh. Okay.
So as we sip on these brews, no further
do
ado,
it, man.
John,
Okay.
how are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. Thank you for coming, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You can tell us all about Cajun Fire, who you are, how you got in the beer and all this good stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Talk about more of the collaborations, yeah.
Yeah. So how I got started in the industry, man, I've been in the industry about a decade now, and
nice.
Really, I was displaced by Hurricane Katrina, and
okay.
I went in, when I moved, I was going into my senior year of high school. Katrina happened, displaced me. I applied to a couple of schools. I was able to get a scholarship to the University of Florida. So I moved out there. I had like ambitions to go into culinary industries. And I wound up instead going into political science. But I had, my belongings. I'm from New Orleans, Bayou Boy. I got all these kettle pots and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
That's my most prized possession. So when I was out there, I was trying to cook gumbo and some of those back home foods that I was missing. And I was terrible at making gumbo. So naturally, I tried a couple different beers, and I tried craft beers for the first time at a boutique shop.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Gainesville, Florida, and it blew my mind. I was hooked, but I'm on a college budget, so I ain't got no kind of paper to support that. Especially at that time, we're talking like 2008, so the craft beer market was really a little bit more pricey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And man, I looked up on the internet how to make it, and one thing led to another. I got hooked. I started home brewing, so I was breaking bad in my dorm.
Yeah.
My off-campus spot.
Uh-huh.
And I had all kind of people to test, be my test subjects for better or worse.
Right.
Right.
Moved back to the city. I saw there was a void for like manufacturing industries and things like that because everything was kind of destroyed. Mm-hmm. And one of the enterprises I wanted to go into was beer production. I had a family. My family has like a lot of history of moonshine and they manufacture alcoholic beverages, you name it. Okay. So I wanted to bring that forward to the future. And try to let us capitalize on some of this these billions and billions of dollars that's out here in this industry. Untapped, no pun intended. So where I've been since then, and since then, been to hell and back, and it ain't over yet, especially with COVID and all the different disruptions right now. So yeah, man.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't get faded by the end of this interview.
No, you will.
You got 5 beers, man. You
can avoid that.
You drink them all.
Yeah, man. I'm appreciate y'all brothers having me on here, man. I've been following y'all for a minute. And
good.
I like y'all, what y'all do, your advocacy, and your fellowship. So
thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you.
But I got a question. I got a question. So you said that you like the craft beer and you went on the internet and found out how to make it and you just went from there.
Yeah.
I done looked 100 times. Oh, this shit, I can't get that.
What website was that? What website was that?
All right, so the internet was in like 2008, so it was a little bit like the play. It was different. Like it was accessible, but they had this much information, like bus wide open. So I would find these zip files, cats that look like Ned Flanders with their family recordings, those type of videos, and it was breaking it down. Even I came across a couple Michael Jackson videos, like the Brewing Michael Jackson. And, I had to dig through a lot of that stuff. Some of it was entertaining. Some of it was just straight up boring. But a lot of it was coming from these cats that was so entrenched and passionate about just the science. It was like a crash course for me. I ate it all up and, put my own flavor on it, of course. And, just started doing festivals and things like that. And
is the Michael Jackson brewer still brewing?
No, he's deceased.
Oh.
No, sure.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
so he looked them up recently. So that's interesting.
Well, I think Garrett Oliver has his scholarship.
Oh, okay.
Is based is linked to that
Michael Jackson brewing.
Well, I never even heard of it. No, that's my first time hearing about Michael Jackson.
You could really go down the rabbit hole, find like some of these, pretty much like Anthony Bourdain's that kind of preceded like a lot of those like reality
shows and travel abroad. Yeah.
Wow. Headquarters, traveling to different breweries, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Now I seen, John, you had the Labatt Blue. Is that craft or is that I always see Labatt Blue when I was younger. Is that a craft beer or?
I'm not sure. I don't think it is because if it's way down here and it's a Canadian.
That's true.
But I'm trying to verse myself with some of the Canadian market out there. We've been trying to get into that market.
Okay,
nice.
So
okay, cool.
I'm doing the painstaking market research of drinking.
That's right.
Getting drunk on Sundays.
Right.
Painstaking research.
Yeah. Look, too far. Too bad I'm too far away to be on that taste panel.
Right though.
Yeah.
You can always shit. You can shit. You can taste it in that day.
I've been working on my my cousin to get us, because she goes to school in New Orleans. We're working on her to send us some Cajun fire, because we had it. We had it at the beer fest, but we haven't had it since. So I've been working on her. She been slipping on me. I gotta push her harder.
You have to have the sick. Don't have to sick Devin on her. Back up.
How many brews do you guys at Cajun Fire currently have on tap or are distributing?
So right now we're distributing 4 different products. We're co-packing, mind you. We're still building out our own brick and mortar space.
Okay.
But we got a relationship with a company that's based in Sterling, Virginia, so we co-pack via them. And right now we're in place to distribute our products into 4 different states in the U.S. Louisiana, of course, but North Carolina, Georgia, as well as Michigan. So
nice. What are the 4 brews that you got?
Honey Ale, which you see before you. We have a Big Chief Cream Stout. We also have a P-Train Funk beer that I don't have that's actually going to be coming to market in about 2 business weeks. But it's a milkshake IPA. Has raspberry in it as well. And we use this product as a Trojan horse because we're telling the story of Punch Train Park, which is a historic black suburban neighborhood that was federally recognized recently. And it has like a lot of different jazz musicians, popular actors that's from it. So we've been doing this product to kind of.
It's in New Orleans?
Yeah, it's in New Orleans.
That's dope.
And we got like Parliament influence in the design and everything like that. We also have a beer I can't state trademark right now, but it's a sour beer. It's kind of not as bitter as you find most sours, but it's something that we're going to try to introduce into the female market. Hopefully, they pounce on it.
Hey, John, I like sours too, man.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Don't
like sours too.
Yeah, he's talking about female market.
He's not trying to appeal to y'all. He's not trying to appeal to y'all. You heard who he's trying to appeal to.
He wedged me out.
Hey,
right on out.
That was crazy.
It's a fragment market, you know. It's
exactly. Gotta know your demographics. Speaking of sours, though, John, I did a sour about 2 weeks ago, and I don't traditionally drink sour either, but I happened to pick up this particular sour because I was drawn to just the ABV. I'm like a high ABV guy, like 6 or higher, but 10 is like great. And I picked this particular sour because it had a high ABV. Just wanted to know kind of your take, just as a brewer, like, does the ABV impact or take some of the sourness out of it, or how does that chemistry work to still, make it a sour, but also, give it that high ABV?
The boring side of it, but probably the most important side of it, is that the water depends on the water. If you got hard mineral water, then the sour is going to be a lot less impactful, because it's going to be absorbed and everything. If you got like soft water, particularly like in a state like Delaware, and you age that in some kind of oak for a little bit to kind of reduce some of the acidity in it. The sour's kind of more acidic. You're gonna come out with a like the profile that you mentioned. It's gonna have a high ABV.
Okay.
You might not know it's a strong beer. I think that's the sweet spot for that.
Got it. Learning something new.
Yeah, a lot of people sometimes get turned off from sours because sometimes there's a thin line between that and the farmhouse, depending on how a person ages it. So when you try it out for the first time and it's a little too tingy or plucking, it might scare them away forever.
John, that just made me think. Like you said, y'all are distributing, but is the beer being made in Virginia?
Yeah, it's being made.
So how does that work? Because New Orleans water is probably different than Virginia water.
It is.
So do you have to pH it before you start? Before they start making it in Virginia? Like how does that work to make it consistent with what you guys do down in New Orleans?
We just normally reduce the salts. If it's a reduction in salts that we add to the ferment. I mean to the batch, right? When we're treating the water, just because by the time our water supply is out of the Mississippi River, so by the time you get this far down, you got all kind of minerals. It's a lot harder. That's why even, with our French bread is well renowned because that attributes to make a nice French bread that's breathable and has nice firmness. So like with po' boys and everything, that's the majority of the sandwich is a big ass piece of bread. So that, all these things kind of matter. It's just about Virginia. They got a nice water table in Sterling, Virginia. It's like 30 minutes from DC. So that gives that a specific flavor profile. Even like with us adding the different salts, we won't be able to emulate that product on our own brick-and-mortar facility. So with our facility, we're pretty much comprised of like the portfolio would be like one shots, really risque kind of market seasonals, things that could kind of push more boundaries, whereas the contract brewers are more so to get access to different states and kind of Trojan horse.
Okay.
Or like just expand the market. It's an educational kind of product.
So would it actually be slightly different? Like if I was to get it distributed from Virginia and then I was to come down to New Orleans and get it out the tap room, would it be a little bit different?
It would. You wouldn't be able to necessarily like say for our state for like consistency purposes. Even if we tried to like emulate it, it wouldn't be on the first batch, second batch, maybe not the third batch, because recreating that water chemistry.
Yeah.
Like man, it's made for God. You can't.
Right. God is the greatest chemist. That's true.
You can try to shoot at it, but most like seasoned drinkers, they might notice a difference.
Right.
Okay. Got you. Thank you, man.
Now I think this question is actually for you, Mike. I guess in terms of the merchandise still available for Blacktoberfest.
Best Way, Beams Way, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. You can definitely pick up teas and all the merch, caps, glasses. Blacktober-fest.com. You can pick up on the story of Blacktoberfest, and like Sister was asking, you definitely can get some merch.
Okay. Nice. So,
Right.
John,
and jumping into and that's a great segue. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the same thing as a good segue, just to hear how John and Mike, that relationship was built, and how it how they both collaborated for Blacktoberfest.
We'll let Mike answer that question because he sounds like he's not sure. So go ahead. I would like to.
It sounds like he didn't want to tell the whole truth. It's like
a long period of time.
Yeah, you know what?
I'll keep some things to myself. John, you tell the story.
No, go ahead. No, look. Mike's excited.
Mike warmed it up.
Let Mike tell it. But Mike's thinking about what to leave out and what the
right. He makes them up. Hey, Mike, take another hit of that beer. Take another drink of that beer before you start telling the story, just in case it settles in you, and you start telling the story that's the truth.
I drink that's true, sir.
Oh man. Let me see, John. I forget, man. How do we? I forget how we first.
Oh, that's a great cop out, Mike. I like it. That's dope. That's dope. I like what you did.
I can summarize it because
you can summarize it.
I think our businesses just always gravitate toward each other, just because, man, we both on the same mission. Especially in this age with our brand and a lot of like Black people getting involved with the industry. We always trying to increase our economic opportunities, and we are brands that are on that same kind of path. So naturally, especially with us being like flyable or drivable too in reach distance, it ain't nothing, especially in this day and age, to reach out, say, hey, we doing this. If we meet in the middle, we meet in the middle. If we don't, we still gonna support each other. That's kind of how we just
pull up, come through, whatever,
Yeah. We did I don't talk much about the past festivals I've been in, Fresh Fest, but that didn't end well. But nevertheless, I think that's where we first linked up. You guys pulled up, and you were like one of the first. I think, man, we had like just 10. You know what I mean? Just so we got the best number, highest number we could, and John and the Cajun Fire family was one of them, so that was cool. But I think we had kicked it around like previously, like the whole 2017, 2018 before that, and we're trying to connect the dots whichever way we could, and that just happened to be the first time. But I know John and I, like, we've done projects together from Radical Exchange. We've done Resistance Serve with the Radical Exchange crew in New Orleans. We did our panel, the Black Table, Black Tent, which was real cool with the dope. We worked with Celeste Beatty on that, and Classy Duncan down in New Orleans. So we've done, man. John and I've been going strong for quite a minute.
Good.
And when we decided to do Blacktoberfest, he was definitely the first person I called outside of Celeste, because I was right in North Carolina at the time, and their new Harlem Brew South facility is right there. Spaceway's right there. Dirtbag Ales right in the tri-city area, Raleigh, Durham, and Fayetteville. Charlotte is right down the way with Rob Montgomery from Brew and Feed. Morton, I'm sorry, his last name's Morton, not Montgomery. So it was a no-brainer, and John and Adam from Say Red Studios flew in, or you guys drove, right? Okay. Yeah, so they flew in, they drove in, and we did the collaboration, and we'll always be doing projects together. We got about 3 or 4 different ones coming up in 2021. So the network is pretty solid, man. It's tight. John's always on board for everything we put out, so we're always supporting him as well.
Okay.
Well, you said it. So in 2021, what type of projects do you guys got coming out, if you can tell us?
Sure. I might give you a taste of some of them. I mean, some of them may not even have been thought up yet, but we're doing a pop-up next week. This isn't 2021. This is next week at Leimert Park in Los Angeles, a Blacktoberfest pop-up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really dope. So hooking up with the LA team, Sheena Lester and Royce Shockley.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be out there for the whole day this Sunday, the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, we have the Black Initiative that we launched. That's kind of a manifesto on just showing people of all races how to support Black craft brewers, which ways they can get involved. In case people just are questioning, like, hey, how can I see the movement, I see what y'all trying to do, but how can we support? We kind of put together this manifesto for that, which is at blacktoberfest.com, blacktober-fest.com. 2021, we'll be doing our third Black Table, Black Tent, which is an educational series that John and I kind of anchored and spearheaded starting in New Orleans. Right before COVID, we were scheduled to do the second one in St. Louis, and COVID wiped that out. But ideally, if we don't get a live one with 2021, we'll do that virtual. And, bring in voices, bring in the experts in the Black craft community, and just keep that conversation going. Actually, trying to elevate it to the next level of ownership, equity, away from the kind of D&I, diversity and inclusion conversation, which is proving beneficial for most of the community. Connecting people with resources on how to start breweries, how to distribute, how to get those companies going, and
get that capital, get that money,
going, and instead of collabs are fun and they're cool and they help a lot. To get the brand in, beat your brand out, put your name out there. But ideally, at some point, you want to get up there and start doing the things that John and those guys are doing, distribution and their own product and controlling the margins. And so that's what we're put together for.
To do.
Yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned
either you or John Mike can answer this question. What makes you guys pick the cities? Like how are the cities picked? You guys went to North Carolina. You said next week is LA. You were going to go to St. Louis. What makes you guys pick the cities? Because y'all both from New Orleans and Pittsburgh, but you know what I mean? So go ahead with that.
I mean, it's wherever there's, that's a tough question. I could tell you specifically New Orleans. John is there, obviously, beautiful city. Right. A lot of other Black, we kind of piggyback with the Essence Fest, great venues. So that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
North Carolina, as I mentioned before, the amount of Black breweries in one tight area, that made that such a no-brainer. We were trying to create that circular economy template. So it was easy for the majority of the collaborators to get to the facility and just continue to be a part of it and distribute and all that. New York, LA, all just places that there's a heavy Black craft beer community and people who are, a part of the team or support what we're both doing.
Cool.
I'm glad
Black
you
people in Delaware that like craft beer. I'm just saying.
I don't know. If you can shoot me their emails or their names,
Oh, that's messed up, Mike. That's messed up.
I know that's
you motherfucker, man. That's messed up. I see what you did.
All right, this
All
has
right.
been the latest episode of
We want to talk to John for the rest of the show.
Yeah, get Mike out of here.
A little bit for the last episode, man. I was like hungover, man. I couldn't.
Yeah, you mentioned that like 4 times.
yeah, you did. That was funny.
I apologize, guys. I'm not myself today. You seem more like yourself. I think this is more your personality.
Oh, yeah. I was in bad shape, man. You guys got me to it, so I appreciate it.
So you touched on something about the next week's pop-up that you're going to do in LA, because I was researching and looking on Instagram and noticed that there was the Blacktoberfest LA, and I'm like, yo, is that a chapter, or is that a link to Blacktoberfest that was held in in North Carolina? And is your goal to continue to maybe try to have teams local to each state? Or what's your vision behind that, or how that come about?
That's a good question, and then we just have yet to combine the two Instagram accounts. But LA Blacktoberfest is our whole original Blacktoberfest. Okay. Again, that's my good family, Sheena and Royce. Sheena Lester, Royce Shockley. So yeah, the idea. Hopefully, we can get the Lamert Park Festival next year. to happen actually in LA. We'd like to do 2 Blacktoberfests next year if we can get 2 cities on board. That would be North Carolina again and LA.
Okay, so obviously you would be present for that, but as these chapters or as these new states open up, like how are you kind of is there any kind of like onboarding? Are you letting them run it the way they want to, just kind of like by their demographics, or is there kind of like a blueprint to keep it kind of consistent?
We haven't really put that together as a template or a plan or a model, because it's all the same, the same group of people doing the festival just in different cities. I think at the time right now it's manageable with a couple of cities, three, 4 cities max. If it got beyond that, then that's something I think we would start considering. Wide open, man. If you guys ever want to discuss how we can collaborate on something in your town, in your city, man, we're definitely
definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry, we'll be talking.
All right.
Likewise, man. I never been to Delaware, and like our brand kind of goes into different markets. It's all about relationship building. So if we build relationships, from there, we can talk and chop it up and see what we can get, do to create some great memories. So that's how.
Definitely.
And if I can get you, man, I can send you out some Blacktoberfest in the mail next week. So.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. But Mike ain't gonna collab on nothing because he need email addresses. He need email addresses and names and shit to all the black people
in Delaware.
It's only 4 of us, so it's only 4 black people in Delaware.
That's right. He like, oh no, y'all gonna give it to send me y'all shit? Okay,
right.
How far is that from Philly?
Right. Delaware strong.
All right, that's a good thing, though. Right? We 30 minutes, so we good.
Right.
Yeah. We real local to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so too.
So obviously, in the industry that you are in, we're tapping into as a podcast. It's obviously all about like relationship building and and networking and things like that. And it seems like your center circle with like John, Celeste, and Chris and Black Frog, all those people, you guys seem to have hit it off and or have had some good solid relationships. What do you think has kind of been that glue that's really like held you guys together, or keep that support going to keep it as strong as it's been, as I've noticed just from y'all, from your events and your pictures and your just kind of just following you guys?
We all genuine with one another. I think the main thing is we're all willing to come to bat whenever someone's in need. Our platform is not super big, but it's a nice size platform, and we're able to help distribute information about events and things that they got going on. I'm always, coming in. I know the relationship with Chris at Black Frog. He's one of my best friends. We when I go there, if I sit down and have a beer and I see he's busy, he's usually a one-man show with his tap room. I'll get up and wash glasses. You know what I mean? I'll clean tables. It's really whatever, and that never was about any type of recognition or any type of anything other than just the support and love for Black people that I naturally have, and they actually have back. So you do that for a couple of years, and you make friends, you make lifelong friends. Associations, man. That as long as you keep the business going and you keep things on the up and up, it'll last forever. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm very thankful for, is how the network continues to grow, and people, outside of myself have connected outside of Black brew culture and done some amazing things. So that's the framework that we're trying to set up. That's the core that we'd like to see happen in the Black beer community, where again there is a strong, solid Black presence that we all can kind of say, all right, we're part of this network. We're going to go out and do our thing every way that we can in the industry, which is to be expected. But So at a base, here's a place where there's a resource, there's fun, there's culture, there's a good time, and there's a lot of information, and the relationships are strong in that regard.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, Mike.
Now,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Well,
No, you
my
got
question
it.
was my question was pretty simple in terms of like I know the Blacktoberfest is like events and stuff like that, and Brew the Beard, like everybody came together, but except for like Chris brewed his own. That's like there's something a similar initiative, something like I guess Black is Beautiful did that. Individual brewers actually brew their own going forward, or is that just something always going to be a collaborative issue in terms of a collaborative experience between the brewers?
Yeah, that's a good. We've already discussed that, and both models are dope to me. I love the concept of Black is Beautiful. The way they put it together. So that could very well be the case for Blacktoberfest. We'll know early in the early part of 2021 how we do it. We may do both, but we definitely want to keep that in the Black community. That's not something we really want to spread thin across the whole industry.
Right.
And there's nothing against any other brands or any other collabs or any other projects that do that. But we just want to do this within us and for us, by us, if you want to use the cliche or the term, and just continue to grow off of that and see how big we can get it. We can get it Essence Fest big, we can get it Greek Fest big, or all the big Black festivals. That's the goal. And I think we can, and I actually know we can, and we have. So
just keep in mind, Freaknik was a big festival. So
I started. I was like, is this a family-oriented dip or?
Nah, we cuss all the time. Families listen, but we cuss and talk about sex all the time.
We talk about it all.
That's forget about the Freaknik.
And when people have too many beers, it does become the Freaknik problem. So.
It could. It definitely could get there real quick. But now, Mike, I appreciate your movement. Just for the simple fact, like I started this beer journey with the podcast, so it's been 2 years for me. But I was apprehensive of going to the Fresh Fest last year. And the three of these guys like kind of encouraged me, but encouraged me to get to the beer fest. But once I got there, it was just like, oh, this isn't white men aren't the only motherfuckers that's doing this. Like it was nothing but like a sea of Black folks, and it was like that. Like it was like, oh, I'm all in now. Like my toe was in the water. No, I'm jumping all the way full board, and I've been so I just appreciate you like just networking and bringing like just hearing you say like this is all about getting people together and letting us know it's not just a white male dominated field. Like, so thank you for that, man. Like you doing a really good job with that, and keep on doing what you're doing, because you converted me. And thanks to the rest of my brew crew. Like, y'all too. Y'all get shout outs. I was not going. I'm not doing this, man. I'm not driving to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is 4.5 hours. I'm not doing it. Look, and I went, and it changed my whole life. It really did.
Before he knew it, he was on the WhatsApp chat. I'm like, I rented the expedition. Your share costs this much. You going? Let's go. Rob was on the Airbnb.
I sent the Cash App money with my head down. Like, God damn it. Here we go.
Rob, get the Airbnb. Let's go. We out.
Right. But before COVID, we were like, I was like, hey, when are we going? like when do I have to give you my money? That was February. That was in February. Right. I wasn't trying to go like the first one was in August. I was like, it was fucking July. And I was like, nope.
Haven't made up my mind.
So that's the difference. That's the culture. And I appreciate just being a part of that. That whole thing was good. And that you keep going and y'all going forward with that is a beautiful thing. For sure. You're gonna convert more and more people that way.
Yeah. With the Black Toberfest, did it turn out how you expected it to?
It did, man. It was. We thought we were actually going to have a couple more vendors, but it was so tough, man, with COVID.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question.
And we had a big venue set up, and it was a great venue, the Rocky Mount Event Center, great group of people, and we had a contract in place with them. That we both understood. It was in the contract that this could go left or right depending on the state regulations, and
Right.
they had anticipated opening up, or they had anticipated a new set of regulations around the 17th, I think, and they were pretty confident that they were going to get a larger capacity for having people indoors and out.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't happen, man. So it was like we got to like the 14th, and they were like, "It don't look good, man." So we went from indoors, we went from the parking lot, and then we finally found an outdoor venue, which we kind of had some things lined up. We knew that was going to be the case, but considering with COVID and considering how well we were able to social distance in space, we had 12 breweries, we had couple of food trucks, and we just rocked with a DJ, and it was magnificent, man.
Yeah.
People came in from out of town. A lot of people came from Pittsburgh, New York. A ton of people from New York was there to support the Harlem family.
Yeah.
So it was definitely good. I think we all decided that we just wanted to get it in the books, get it online.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Get that first one out the way.
So about 300 people said and done. And it was dope. I had a great time.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and it was, from a vendor standpoint, it was rewarding as well, because I ain't never experienced nothing like that. I'm used to, just being in the sea and just like parting the ways like Moses, and you just got nothing but people just talking with you nonstop. Right. They more curious than actually interested in your company. So being in that kind of realm, I was like, it was different. I definitely got a good taste of Pittsburgh from being there, because I ain't never really been to Pittsburgh. So that was also a great experience. And then the drive, it was an 18-hour drive, man.
Dedicated.
So I got so used to like driving now, because now with logistics, every now and then I gotta just get on the road and drive to these different states to handle business.
Right.
It presented some disruptions. But one game I played, when I get tired, I play like AM surfing. And man, that drive to it was impressive, but it was tough. 2020 drive to North Carolina. So as you can imagine, I went through all these different states.
Right.
I heard some wild shit. So
I bet.
That South Drive is a different beast, boy.
Well, that Bible Belt AM radio is crazy.
This applies during election season, so
Man, I can imagine.
But these kind of like events, man, they're important, because we don't have these kind of channels, and it's like it's historic in nature. That's the first thing. But also just to capture those experiences and network like gentlemen like yourself. It's a lot of pie in this industry, and hopefully get to a point where we all are getting compensated correctly for our investment.
Talents and investments.
Now, John, I'm not sure if anybody else asked you. If they did, I apologize. What is the how long has the brewery been open?
So we operate as a brewing company right now. So we've been building our brick and mortar for quite some time. We was able to acquire acres of commercial land that we've been having like some developmental issues here and there. That's kind of in line with traditionally black-owned companies don't have any kind of snowball chance in hell of getting a financial traditional.
Yeah.
So we've had to take a lot of different unconventional pivots that's turned out pretty good and prosperous for our company. So when we first got our start, we was brewing via contract way in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
2,000 miles away.
I was about to say, were you driving that? You wasn't driving that.
I ain't drive that. Nah, I ain't. Frontier, I get it like that.
Frontier.
Oregon Trail. He's on the Oregon Trail.
Just kind of going into that realm of market, that might as well, I always say that might as well be Narnia, bro. Like, I'm from New Orleans. I'm going below sea level. I get anxiety when I'm around, like, I didn't even realize I had a rental when I was driving on the East Coast. I mean, on the West Coast, and man, it's like, the ground started inverting, and I just started dying. But I was out there in Portland, Oregon for like 5 years with my product, and that was a relationship where it wasn't even profitable for me to ship it that far with freight to New Orleans. So I had to see how my product test out there. I was always with low profit margins and just kind of breaking even. And then in 2018, I found out the company that we was utilizing on Twitter was closed. So, I had to pivot, and then I scoured the nation. I found a contract brewery in Sterling, Virginia, And keep in mind, I scoured for a long time to find a company that would just want to even do a cash exchange and
right.
So I couldn't find any company below the Mason-Dixon line. I happened to go into what I'm told is the Silicon Valley of the East Coast in Sterling, Virginia, and found Beltway Brewing Company. They was up to speed. They had the knowledge. I felt comfortable with them. I didn't have to actively weld anything at their facility to get it up to tip-top shape. And we developed a pretty solid relationship that we're probably going to utilize in the future, even once our brick and mortar is built. But
yeah. Well, congratulations to you, man, because you seem like you're like, I'm gonna keep getting these blocks, and I'm just gonna figure out a way to jump over it or dig under them because I'm getting around it. I gotta get this beer out.
That's what I was gonna say.
Shout out to you, you keep saying all these pivots. It's like 4 pivots. Because it where you at right now, and you still making the beer and still getting your beer out there. That's dope, man. Keep going.
Yeah, even like with the investment, I'm a little bit too far away from the lighthouse to swim back, so to speak.
Right.
And in the city, there's a lot of investment in my business already. So a lot of people already have emotional connections to it. The youth. I'm in a lot of different nonprofit organizations.
So it's not even about you anymore.
It's about me, but it's also about I got a family, so I got to make sure too. But it's the optic of it is it's not lost on me how important it is.
Right.
It's more so fire. I still got to survive. Right. I ain't trying to be a martyr to craft beer.
Right. How the name of your brewery come about?
So it's called Cajun Fire Brewing Company. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, but I'm second generation New Orleanian. So New Orleans has one of the oldest lineages that you can trace back with these families that's out here. You got a lot of historic Creole families, African families, even Italian families and German families go back. They can trace it back to 5 to 6 generations. And then the city is older than the U.S. So when I was thinking about a name that would resonate with a lot of different markets and also something that would not only be accessible or attractive on a local level, but also international level, Cajun was always in the mix. So I'm a member of the United Nations of Homer Indians. It's a Black indigenous tribe, and our symbol is our war symbol is the crawfish, believe it or not. But also, the symbol for fire is something that was eerily similar to the X's that people put on the houses that now became symbolic of Hurricane Katrina. Right. So, I looked at my background. I get a couple more in these. Y'all might need subtitles. My tongue started dropping, and I talk that Cajun talk. So I was like, hey, let me just embrace that and market the company. So the name is hot. We had to defend it in federal court twice. We've won twice.
Really?
Hey, really?
So we getting it in, man. We
Can you talk about that? Can you?
Yeah,
why did they sue you? What happened?
They just, it's a competitive market in Louisiana specifically, intellectual properties, and even in the industry, that's trademarks and all that. It get real competitive, right? With our company, since we are one of the few Black-owned companies, we normally if there's any kind of ill will, it's normally on a small group of companies that operate in this space. So in our state, we had a lot of companies that didn't like our success, some of the attention we was getting, the reception, and they do what they do.
Yeah, so man, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, right. Winning them cases. Go keep going.
We won our case. It was in Lafayette, Louisiana. So that's that's center of Bayou country almost. And our legal team at the time was all based out of Denver, Colorado. Because when we came into the market, we was the second beer company post Katrina coming into our market. So they didn't have they have laws in place to have tap rooms attached to your breweries until 2014.
Okay.
Kind of New Orleans is kind of should I say Louisiana is kind of an interesting state when it comes to laws and everything like that. We have open container laws that's bust wide open. You can have we got drive through daiquiri shops, right? You can pull up.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
Drive through daiquiri shops. You pull up, get your daiquiri.
Yeah, everybody talk about them drive through daiquiri shops.
Here you go. They might ID, they might not, and you're off to whatever. And then you can open, other than glass bottles, which nobody really don't follow, but you have open containers left and right. But when it comes to manufacturing, we backed up with Mississippi. Like, we are prohibited as hell if you're a manufacturer. So I gotta Uber everywhere. I gotta have somebody drive me everywhere. Just because if I were to get any kind of DUI, things like that, I'm fucked.
Right. So you basically don't need a license anymore.
I know I need a license. I just gotta, I don't really
make sure you're not drinking at all. Yeah,
COVID kind of reinforced like my discipline already. I ain't really, I can't really go to the bar like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a competitive market, and that's the thing I like. I when we meet with Mike and other brewer owners, because I am in Louisiana, and it is a lot more systemic shit at play. We in the incarceration capital of the world, right? So I try to I am relatively younger than a lot of other members in this industry, but I try to let them know, hey man, this shit got to be taken serious, because there are real consequences, there are real profits at stake. And I love my passionate brewers, but I even love more my brewers that's like got the business side of it down pat.
True.
Right. Now, this is a question for either person, because I just seen a report that by May of 2021, because of vaccines and stuff like that, there should be some normalcy back in America. So are you planning like for events and production and all that kind of stuff for that?
I am, but just the current post check, Mardi Gras got canceled for the year in 2021. Carnival Cruise suspended all their cruise appointments up until like June 2021.
It
don't look promising, even like given like the uptick right now, unfortunately, with all the different COVID outbreaks in different areas. I don't know. It don't look promising. I plan for it, but my agenda right next to me, how I look, I got a whole lot of Reddit out, and I see it unfortunately emulating that going into the other seasons. What we've done to kind of pivot that is emphasize trying to go into markets like that's groceries or off-premise locations. Just because that's going to be the only thing that's going to be open, rain or shine, and
grocery stores. Can you buy beer at y'all grocery stores in New Orleans?
Oh yeah, 24/7.
It's not
we don't have that here. We don't have that here.
You got to go to the liquor store to buy alcohol.
I get bammed up like when I go outside the state, because I got things rooted in me, like habits that just ain't going away. Like I don't so buy it and pop as soon as I get outside.
No, sir, don't do that.
Don't do that.
First of all, you're not going to the CVS to do that, and when you come out to CVS with it, you gonna get arrested immediately.
Right. So it's different.
Yo, when y'all get y'all beer in the store, you're gonna have to start selling it with a side of toilet paper, and I bet you everybody
paper towels, any paper product. Paper towels, toilet paper, you make
this stuff's gonna go right up, boy.
You need to holla Scott's or Charlotte.
Make it a combo.
It is good about this industry, man. It's like it's an inelastic commodity, right? So as long as you got your paperwork and all that, you can kind of figure out the supply chain thing. Like right now, the most bizarre shit that's affecting people in the industry right now is there's a supply can shortage, and it's been reported that it's the worst supply chain disruption in aluminum cans since World War II.
Wow!
So how that happens? Most black breweries, we all contract brewing, so we already got low profit margins to begin with. But then when you have we all sourcing our products from third parties, when that's disrupted or when the plug is destroyed, right? You got to scour and try to get these
another one, right?
Build relationships, and even that is difficult to build relationships with traditionally white institutions when they're looking at a black-owned company. So then you got to even further partner list. It's crazy. But you just got to find ways to pivot, And thankfully, people are gonna keep drinking beer, whether if they got a bar of coins for it or whatever Mad Max shit you might be in. They're gonna be somebody gonna be making
get the stimulus check at the end of January. Go buy some beer. Get the stimulus check at the end of January. Go buy some beer.
So John, you touched on the aluminum can shortage, that's across the nation. How different would it change your profit margin to go to a bottling of beer so that the recycling maybe of bottles could be a part of your process, or a part of your just your whole resale sell model? What would that look like, and could that somehow help you guys?
You said the model is required with recycling. So you're in Delaware.
Yeah.
Geographically, where you at? You're in Delaware. We ain't recycling glass like that. Just to throw that out there.
Also, we more climate friendly.
More climate friendly.
Louisiana.
I ain't saying shit, but more like just it is what it is.
Bottling, man. But problem with the bottles.
Weirdly enough, I experienced like glass recycling in Florida when I was out there for a little bit of time. I came back to Louisiana. It was like, what you doing, man?
We not buying into that.
Throw that in the dirt. Throw that in the dirt next door.
Right. Well,
bottling more expensive than
yeah.
But it is. Imagine if I could take advantage, I wouldn't, unless it's like a specialty, because it is more expensive.
Right. Yeah.
That's like labor.
It kills you on the freight. That's where
you get on the freight.
Bottles.
Okay. The freight. Oh yeah.
The labeling is less expensive because you just get a traditional wrap. They don't have no shrinkage.
Right. Yeah.
But the actual transportation of it and the actual consumable itself is more expensive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got it. This is kind of off topic but on topic for both of you guys. What's y'all's favorite style of beer? Mike and John, both of y'all.
Like personally, like a strong. Personally, like a white ale, like a nice. That's my most consistent purchase is white ale.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna shout out my company. I ain't trying to give them all that credit, but like a white ale that got like a nice coriander finish on it that's crisp, kind of got a biscuity finish. I think I came up drinking a lot of pilsners, of course. So that is not only crisp, but also if it's done right, it gives you a nice kind of body on it. So it tastes kind of bready, but it's not too overwhelming. And it goes good with all kind of foods you can imagine, or you could put it in marinades and stuff like that. So that's
Mike.
Yeah, I think my favorite. I'm an IPA guy, and I really like the West Coast IPA.
Okay.
You get me a West Coast double IPA, or just the West Coast style in general. I really big on the big hoppy, earthy beers.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they smell good, Mike.
What's that?
I said IPAs smell delicious.
Yeah,
that's all he gives them.
They're the best.
That's all he gives them, Mike.
They're the best smelling beers in the world.
He don't like IPAs. He just like that
with the hate.
They smell like they should taste so much better than they do. They do not taste like they smell.
Oh my god!
I mean, this isn't a black-owned company, and that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
But give this a shot. It's right there with y'all. Get it.
It's right there. It's down
I can go right next door. Yep, I can go 2 minutes away into the liquor store and get that. Yep, I'm gonna try it. I'll try it.
Yeah.
For your recommendation, I'll try it.
Right on.
But I'll let you know that it is.
Yeah. Hit me up. Let me know, and then if per your recommendation, I'll either stop promoting it or.
Don't
Rob.
They're gonna Rob with the bottle.
Recommendation because I'm never going to recommend. You may get 1 out of 100 IPAs that I'm gonna say that was good. Nah.
Okay.
Don't.
So IPAs are off the table for the most part.
I'll taste anything. I'll give it a chance, but I haven't had. I've had like maybe 1 or 2 that I really appreciate. That I'm like, oh, this is really good beer. But
they had lactose in it. And
they both had lactose in
it.
That's true. Yeah, I don't really like IPAs, man. Okay, and that's why I got mad at John because I kind of like Gosei's and sours, man, bro.
Yeah, me too. That's why I was offended. Me too.
Man,
I don't discriminate, man. I'm just.
But wait,
I know you're marketing. That's fine. I understand. I see the marketing, and I definitely when I'm in the Gose aisle, it definitely ain't a lot of guys in that aisle.
You remember, Lou? Remember when we sat down with Keith from Wilmington Brew Works? It was kind of a similar conversation. You remember?
Yeah.
You know, just the whole.
Yeah. And look, that was a year ago. That was a year ago. I'm still on them. Still on them. Still not on the IPA. Still not on the IPAs.
He grew up on Kool-Aid, y'all.
Kool-Aid and
the
sweet
same
tea.
question. The same question for you, Mike, in terms of being normal after May, I guess, of 2021. Are you planning that way as well? Is October Blacktoberfest 2021 going to be similar in scale, or are you looking to make it even bigger and somewhere are you going to LA, or is it going to be in North Carolina, or how's that working?
Yes. So for the good thing about Blacktoberfest is that it's towards the end of the year. So that's that last quarter that we potentially, that's what we were able to do. We kind of got lucky with that little wave. Unfortunately, the numbers went back up for infections and whatnot with COVID. But at the time, it was kind of looking like, things were going to open up completely, and then it shifted. But so my point on that is we have all of 2021 basically to kind of, so we're planning for a major festival, as many people as we can get, hoping that, the vaccines and everything get in place. And, we're able to throw a full functioning event, and ideally we do it at the event center that we originally planned, because this facility is brand new, it's humongous, it's really nice, and we would do the Lamert Park as well. So our goal, our plan is to fully plan for an in-person festival. We'll know, the good thing about that is we can gauge by May, June, July.
Right.
We still have enough time
to
pivot and put it into a different format or scale it back or whatever we may need to do. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah. Will it be exclusively just in LA, or will you be back in Pittsburgh, or what?
We don't know. I mean, we still, again, there's a lot of things up in there. I know North Carolina's the base.
Okay.
Because, as it stands now, we just got a little mecca of Black brewing. And it's only getting 2 scheduled to open in 2021. I think 3 actually. So that's a nice, like I said, convenient place. The state of North Carolina is outstanding, amazing. There's always New Orleans. That's the 3 locations that we have locked in.
Yeah, cool.
LA and North Carolina. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And North
Carolina's an easy ride. I was gonna say North Orleans is good. North Carolina's an easy ride.
Yeah, it surely is. 5-6 hours. I'm there.
Right. But New Orleans I've never been, so yes, that's fine.
But New Orleans is a good time.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Look, man, that's my home.
We got a lot of work to do with you, Lou. We gonna keep working on you, man.
What happened?
He needs to see the world. He needs to see the world.
You gotta get.
No, I don't. It's fine. I said New Orleans is fine. I've been to LA. I've never been to New Orleans. I go to New Orleans. Yeah, I go anywhere, man. Anywhere. We're good. I'm coming, Mike. Don't worry.
Okay.
You don't gotta work on. Only thing you gotta work on me with is them IPAs. That's it. Everything else, I'm good. I'm coming where you at. Where you at the festival,
man. We can budget it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
John, you were saying about New Orleans being your hometown. What were you saying?
Yeah, like rain or shine, man. I'm gonna make something happen. We really gonna build it out the ground, and it's gonna be something that's gonna be worthwhile to come. I mean, New Orleans is good on a Wednesday night,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna make something specifically for the beer industry that's a no-brainer. That this is a monumental event to come to, and it's in New Orleans, so it already is. You can come out there and have a good time, even if you on CPT time and missed the damn festival. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to set it up.
So
it happens because spirit is a trap. They can mess up your life.
Right.
So when I visited New Orleans,
right. They can change plans like that for that deal, man.
So John, when I've visited New Orleans, it's really been for football games coming to the Mercedes-Benz Dome. And as you leave the dome, you go down the steps, and it kind of comes to that like cement courtyard that's got I think it's like a yogurt spot and everything like that. I'm just thinking of that place. Is what location wise, where would you like think of like for venues to do something like a beer fest in New Orleans? I just thought of that place and was like, there was a lot of people after games kind of congregating and stuff. But what would be your thoughts?
I mean, that area that you're talking about is like the first quarter, so it just naturally subscribes itself to being good because you can walk around and open containers. They got all kind of bars, and the people are electric, so to speak. Aggressive.
Yeah.
A friendly way, but in a friendly way, entertaining.
Yeah. We had already. Remember, Jay?
Huh?
We had the venue already.
We do. And it's still in play. I mean, I ain't going nowhere. I'm just pretty much in this bitch.
There it comes. That, New Orleans.
There it is. I'm in this bitch.
Third beer. That's third beer right there.
When the winds go up.
Yeah, man. It's we try to do it big, bro. Like New Orleans, we are known for hospitality. So naturally, anything I host will be hospitable. So we like just like Fresh Fest, man. That shit was hospitable as hell. Right. I've been to all kind of other beer festivals, and I ain't really walk away feeling that great.
Right.
It says a lot just to kind of talk about some of the festivals that you created in the past, Mike. It says a lot that I could go to these events, drive and participate, drive back, right, and still be in a good mood or spirit after driving 20 hours, just reflecting on directions. Right. We think New Orleans is a great city for that. We host all kinds of Super Bowls. We could also definitely host like some intentionally black beer festivals. Yeah. So we're gonna do something. It's only a matter of time.
Good money.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, and the virtual thing is cool. All right. I think that'll. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. The virtual thing. Go ahead.
So the virtual thing is cool, but when we really get down to it and people kind of get a gist of how to operate in this new economy, that's going to be an old economy that we're going to be existing in. I think we'll find ways to make even those virtual engagements a lot better. Because it's hard to do a beer festival when you can't try the beer, right?
Yeah, right.
It's down to making these festivals more localized and having incentives for people that fly in or drive in or take these transportation expenditures. Mm-hmm. I think there's a market for it. It just got to be, it's, all this shit is relatively new. We still in the first. So I think by the year 2, you'll see some companies really do it in unconventional but memorable way.
Right. It's definitely evolving into the new norm. It's just like how 9/11 was, where you could just walk on the airports and do whatever you want at the airport, and then you couldn't. Like, I think COVID is going to change. It's the new norm is going to be here. We'll get back to what we were, but this Zoom and these StreamYards that we're doing,
going to be here forever.
It's definitely it's such an advantage that people didn't even know that we had. Like we didn't even know that it was this accessible. So
you'll have that combination. Like we experienced
a way to make it more interactive amongst the people that aren't close. You know what I mean?
And beer is exciting, man. And I think like you look at all the companies that do all the different collaborations and really have like hip hop centric branding and all that. Mm-hmm. We really do add an extra spark of energy to black women, black men. So anything we touch gonna be golden. We just got to make sure all the intricacies and relationships are kept.
Right, and now we keep some ownership of it.
Right, that's the most important.
Don't run away with it and leave us in the behind. Yeah,
we got to make sure that we are the benefactors over the 50%, over 50%. Nothing under 50%.
Right. And I think the ironic thing that keeps it all kind of protected is the fact that we work diamonds and gold, right? But nobody ever gonna really pay us what we work because it's too much.
Right.
That kind of
that's true.
Well, we gotta
pay us copper for diamonds and gold. Damn.
We got to get back accustomed to understanding what our worth is. because that's one of the major factors that keeps us, keeps us
kind of suppressed a bit
underneath the you know what I mean?
Right. But honestly, Mike, that's the thing. Like some people, they think their worth is less than what you might think your worth is, and they'll take the lesser amount. So we got to educate everybody. Like, no, the worth is, like John said, diamonds and gold, not copper and bronze.
Right.
And we giving you diamonds and gold, we need to be paid in as such. So
right. Yeah.
And,
we got to fight the other people that's trying to just accept the copper and bronze.
Right. They fucking it up for everybody.
I'm getting paper. I'm just getting regular old paper. So I'd rather have copper and bronze than that. Right. Yeah, like, oh, but you deserve gold and diamonds. Yeah, right.
It's the difficult part. Like I know with our company, we try to set like goals of like because we don't have that many people in the supply chain, so they got all kind of auxiliary industries that people can take advantage of with beer, just around beer, right? You got all the beer tour groups. You got like service industries, all these people eating off just the beer industry. So what we try to do as a company, we try to set a goal. Like our goal right now is to utilize 50% minority business, disadvantaged business enterprises. Right now, we're hitting normally on average like 35%, but it's better than 0%. So, any investment to us still bounces at least 30% back into our own community.
Right.
Hopefully, it's a model that other people can adapt, but we'll see. Right, little man? So, you don't know he about to be working for me. That's
exactly
right.
Family business.
Labels on, sleeping.
$1 million worth of labor hours right here,
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Even if he don't want to do it when he grew up, he's still gonna put these hours in.
Get
the work done. Have fun.
Right.
Have fun doing it.
Daddy, I don't even like beer.
I don't even care. Right. I don't even care what your other friends is doing. This is what you doing. I ain't talking about little Johnny who can go outside and play right now. We got work to do.
You my son, and we at this brewery.
Look, he looked like who they talking about because I ain't doing that shit.
Like Fortnite is on deck right now, man.
Right.
Keep it in the family,
right.
John.
Man, what y'all listening to out there in Delaware, bro? What the music looking like out there?
Come on. Don't act like that.
We listen back in the days. We listened to the Hot Boys. Master P was look, back in '98, Master P was the shit.
Bro, look,
right.
Master P in Delaware, like he had a whole set.
Took over.
Bro, he had a whole 15-minute set.
Don't they consider him New Orleans though?
So look, I only put it out there because I know it was in your mind to ask. So I figured just put it out there, bro. Like the music really touched a lot of cats all over the nation. So that's the first kind of questions I'm used to people asking, like all kind of like Master P references, the Hot Boy references, but you gotta get it how you live. You heard me?
Yeah.
Here you go. You heard me either.
You heard it? Oh. It's coming out.
I listen to Tank and the Bangers. I listen to Tank and the Bangers.
They know too. Yeah, for sure.
Tank and the Bangers, PJ Morgan. We got some good heat.
PJ Morgan, he's good too. So and
the trombone guy, I can't remember his name now. I can't remember the trombone dude. Trombone Shorty, yeah. After
Shorty, I ain't never heard that nigga.
He not from New Orleans. He from Louisiana. I forget his. I think Van something.
After I watched Treme, I was like, yo, that's all right. If after Treme is how I found him.
It's interesting, man, because we're relatively a small city by comparison. Like we only like 12 miles in square distance.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All over, and we're surrounded by lakes and rivers and all that. So if y'all ever in town, man, it's a good time. I could definitely lace y'all up with a itinerary. Make sure y'all get that authentic experience.
Right.
Gain 5-10 pounds.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm gonna need you to perfect your cooking by that time, or take us to some good places to eat or something.
What that gumbo? Fuck that gumbo.
I want no gumbo from John. No gumbo from John's house.
I'm nice with it, but I ain't like it's a real live or die culture out here. I ain't trying to.
Yeah.
You serve it only to your family and friends. Nobody else.
I don't even do that. I just say it ain't for me.
Okay.
Miles may be disrespectful on your gumbo recipe.
Right.
That's funny.
Man, listen, take them to the spirit spot, man. You know where to take them.
Which one?
This spot. What's the name of the joint?
Was it secret? Is it like you go into the deli and then you hit the button and you be in the back?
The crab cake spot.
Wine
New Orleans Spirits.
They're not sponsoring this podcast. You don't got to tell them the whole name. They're not sponsoring. But yeah, we go there. When we come down, we'll go there.
Man, I'm trying to go where the crab cakes and the strippers are at the same time.
What? That sounds so nasty.
Ain't that in the strip club?
I was about, you see what you did, Rob. All types of seafood at the strip club.
You let it get ahead.
Man, I'll be eating my platter and watching.
With your cocktail sauce.
Yep. Dipping it up.
Hey, John, I did have one more question about the brewery. Who's on your? Do you have a board or like a? I don't know what the word. I say a board.
We do have a board. We have them like confidential. But our team, is family owned and operated. My blood brother Jamal Renthrope. He's a applied chemist. He has maybe 15 to 20 years in the industry, specifically working with Chevron. But he applies that chemical background specifically to like the yeast and keeping the yeast happy.
Sure.
It's real important, and that's a skill set I can't even I can't study and learn that. So
that's awesome.
You can't go on the internet and learn that, John.
No, you can't find that.
Yeah,
what you said it's a silent board, so y'all just speak, but it's you and your brother basically.
Well, it's confident. It's like a board of like people that we've taken on as mentors.
Okay,
years in the right direction, and they got all kind of degrees and background experience. So
okay, but is Cajun Fire just you and your brother?
No, it's it's my brother Jamal Renthrope, my wife Courtney Renthrope. She's an accountant. She has like a background of 10 years plus. She keeps the numbers right and keeps everything lights on, all that. Keep me in line, Right. My blood. I mean, my close friend Adam Dawson. He does all our creative directive work. He's very good and talented at like graphic design, imagery. So like all the cans you see before you, like it's all done internally, in house.
Okay.
Good.
He owns a company called St. Ray Studios as well on the side. So he's an international filmographer now. And man, he does some solid ass work.
Let me jump in on that, man. Adam's my guy, and he's like everything that John said. This brother's amazing. And we're now part of the project with Blacktoberfest was to make a documentary out of it, because we have a four-part series that we're putting together. If you guys go on YouTube and go to Blacktober-Fest, you'll be able to .com. You can see the trailer. I don't know if any of you've seen the trailer.
No.
Yeah. Check this trailer out. It's dope. It's on YouTube. But
the only thing Adam did wrong was become a Kappa. No.
Right there.
You started it.
Fire.
So Adam,
I'm just joking.
Right on.
I met Adam at the first.
Not really.
He took me over to the booth, so I was. I'm just messing.
We were trying to get him on today. But he's in, I think, Denver.
He's in Breckenridge right now, so he's doing like some "you only live once" type shots, like some James Bond.
Oh
shit.
wow!
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Breckenridge. Is that in America? Breckenridge? What's that? I feel stupid as hell. What's Breckenridge?
It's in Colorado. Don't worry, I'm geographically challenged.
Okay, good. I'm like Breckenridge. Like you said, James Bond, Breckenridge. What the hell? Like, what's the thought?
Sound like Amsterdam or some shit.
Right.
He do.
Right. Did he use his passport to get to Breckenridge? You gotta get a passport for that.
They got one member that make us whole. Paul Taylor. he's also he's not blood or family, but he's my brother in this business. Anthropologist by degree, and man, he all the historical, like he's a history buff, so a lot of stuff that we use with the content, specifically as it relates to our investment and ancestors and everybody's involvement and contributions to this industry. He's been great at and making that.
So y'all got a really good mix of spearheads to go ahead and start y'all business. That's dope. Yeah, y'all got everybody's a focal point.
Black and partnerships. We got a black-owned insurance company. Black-owned legal representation.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's purposeful, correct?
Oh,
guys?
Definitely.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we want the best, but if the best could also look like this, that's also
Perfect.
Right.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's dope.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. That's what's up. All right. Is there any more questions for the gentleman before we wrap it up?
No, man, this was great. It was great to see you, Mike. John, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'm glad, as you say, Mike, even from the podcast we did in February off the heels of Fresh Fest, we couldn't do it right after, and we ended up doing it in February. Here we are now, fast forwarding to almost the end of 2021, about to hit the holidays, man. 2020, sorry. But just
2021, I can't wait to the end of 2021. Let's get rid of this.
Just glad we were
right.
Yeah, just glad that we were all able to stay connected, stay in touch, and just keep no number of attempts is too many to make sure that we all stay connected and we stay dialed into what each and every one of us have going on.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
You
hit me with the text, man, and it's easy to so all right, let's get in there, and we got a lot of shit going on, but
still going on, moving parts,
but always appreciate the effort, man, and we really love what you guys have put together. We love what you're doing. I know personally, I'm always down to support. If I don't get to you right away, let's pencil me in. You know what I'm saying?
Pencil you in, okay?
Definitely. That. Yeah. I'm gonna pen you in. I'm gonna put ink in it.
Listen, I was like, nope,
pen.
Yeah, man.
No doubt. I appreciate you, Mike, for sure.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man, I appreciate y'all efforts too, man. Y'all putting out some good products, bro. Like the content is rich. You got a lot of people studying y'all, bro. So just.
Oh wow, yeah, we've seen there's a lot of stuff popping up now.
Nah, man, give me my flyers. Like,
yeah, they're right.
I ain't heard them. I ain't seen them. Where they at?
You like Mike. Send me the emails and the names.
I'll tell you what I've researched today. I think it's a podcast called Craft Conversations. I looked at them and I'm like, like us. There's something going on.
How many episodes they got? They don't got 98.
You know what? I don't think they have as many.
If it's sort of like that, means we should need to trademark our shit and copyright.
Right.
Man, we out here working, man.
Keep the business possible. Yeah, we gotta keep the business together.
Flatter us, Craft Beer Podcast.
Trademark the name.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, everybody know. Everybody know.
Yeah.
Everything, bro. You'd be surprised. It could be like it'll be national and international people looking at you. Like, you never know. I mean, and never know it is happening. So
it is.
We represent a huge target market that everybody want a piece of, but they don't know how to kind of be authentic about it. So
so they got to study, like you saying, they got to study somebody, and they,
the difference. Studying is a compliment. Biting or stealing or copying, that's where you run into problems because that costs you issues. You understand? It's not, you adoration and all that. That's great and flattering. But the minute somebody is capitalizing and taking your eyeballs and your dollars away from you, you got problems. Then.
You got problems. You got to be able to protect that. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I used to, just short story, but I used to have this job. One of the first jobs I had was training training materials for DuPont.
Okay.
And my job was specifically to go into these companies where we did license and we did sold training to them, into their organizations, but actually check their websites and stuff like that, because they were trying to, take the products and basically go and make it like they were, even though they bought the license to sell it in-house, they were then trying to give the training, and they're not allowed to do that. So my job was to police, everybody, all those clients, and be like, yo, shut it down, or legal team's coming.
Yeah, man.
That was corporate 5-0.
Yeah, I was corporate 5-0.
Yo, you little snitching ass motherfucker. I knew you was snitching. I knew that dude was a snitch.
DuPont paid me well for it, baby.
I see you.
Narc.
Yeah, baby. Narc.
Somebody got to do it, man.
Somebody got to do it.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, we always like to know how people can find more about the organizations and what you're doing and everything else that's coming up in 2021. So we'll start with Mike. How people can find you?
All right. All of our social is Black Brew Culture, Black Brew Culture with an R, no E on Twitter, Black Brew Culture Facebook, Black Brew Culture Instagram, and then we are at blacktober-fest.com for the festival, and then of course blackbrewculture.com, where you can find the merch and a little bit about the story, and look for an upcoming newsletter that we're launching this January. So that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Nice.
What about you, John?
Yes.
John?
DrinkCajunFire.com. You can find all information about Cajun Fire Brewing Company, product releases, store locations. That's drinkcajunfire.com across Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I want to, encourage everybody to make sure they practice social distancing during holiday season or whenever you're doing this podcast.
Absolutely.
And make sure love our beers, love our environment, but really got to take this shit serious.
Right.
Yeah, and love our family enough to say, look, I'll see you next holiday. I want to be able to see you next holiday.
Exactly.
Let's just say everything subside. You don't want to be looking at an empty seat. So,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yep.
Right.
Buy small turkeys and Cornish hens, guys. Don't.
There it is.
Buy that 35-pound
I love it. I love it, Lou. Good word of advice, Lou.
Yeah, buy small turkeys.
You can buy regular turkey and make soup. You can make soup.
That's true too. Make sure you're going to use all that 35-pound turkey.
You're right.
Get that bone marrow soup.
Right.
Get your chicken salad, your turkey salad on.
Y'all take your crab cake serious out there, man. I'm gonna just reserve myself and not start dissing.
I can't wait to taste a New Orleans crab cake, because we do have some crab cakes up here.
Bro, it's just like it's there, but it's like, crab cake is there.
It ain't the best one. Pontchartrain pasta, though. What was the Pontchartrain pasta?
The black and I don't know. It's like it's something that just set right. I can't even remember what it was.
I think it was Pontchartrain pasta.
That's the lake, right? Ain't Pontchartrain the lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Thank you for the invite, John.
When we get to New Orleans, we'll make sure we hit it.
Definitely gonna hit it up.
John, get him on that all that jazz. John.
All that jazz. Look, man, I ain't know what I was in store for with the podcast. And I had like my book set aside that I would recommend. But make sure whenever y'all hit me up, don't be on CPT time, man.
Oh man, did you write that?
No, I ain't write that.
Oh, you just want us to know.
It's my recommendation. Yeah, just
a recommendation.
But you said in New Orleans, in New Orleans we could be a week late and still be on time because the party never stops.
It just depends, bro. Because I mean, I run a business and y'all run a business too. It's COVID going on. Like I look, present myself well, but Rome is burning. So
that's true. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I will not be down there. I won't be down there no time soon.
That's your man.
It won't be within the next 6 to 7 to 8 to 12 months.
Mike Hill just give me a three buffer. Like, all right,
Right.
No doubt.
Use them notice.
For sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with
I'll
that.
give you at least a 10-month buffer.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey, that's even better.
At least 10 months.
I'm gonna send you my buffer. I'll see you Tuesday. I'll be there Tuesday.
There it is. There it is. Nigga, you got 2 days, but see me. You got 2 days.
2 days.
I'll be there for Thanksgiving, bro.
Damn right.
Word.
They're gonna leave your plate on the step, Mike. They're gonna leave your plate on the step.
All right, I'm good with that.
Don't be good, man.
Much love,
right.
guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yo,
Yeah.
where
Go ahead,
can they
Rob.
find you?
You can find me on Instagram at 302 Yoda and on Instagram and Facebook at Delaware on Grind. And make sure you check out Delaware on Grind, the podcast, available on Anchor, YouTube, and Spotify. Yeah.
I'm gonna be on that podcast soon, yo.
Man, you ain't being on
Let
shit.
all the fans know I'm gonna be on there soon. Just wait for my episode. I'll make sure I promote it real well.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
All right,
You
all
stupid.
right, Lou. How can they find you?
For all your beer needs, I'm on them Instagrams. You can find me at Lou Belgium. That's it.
There it is.
Look you up
All right.
right now, man.
And
Appreciate
Dev, how can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at DevonAaron_the_great.
Rob, how can they find
And
you?
you can find Brews and Banter. You can find Brews and Banter Podcast at Brews and Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also find us. You can also listen to the podcast on Google Podcasts, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can even say, Alexa, play Brews and Banter, and you will get us because we are on Amazon Music. And if you want to follow me, Rob G, I am at Rob Stay Bruising.
Yeah,
On them Instagram. Yeah.
He on fire tonight.
Yeah. Right. And in honor of, I'm sure what John is after all them beers, wish y'all a good day.
Yeah.
Say one thing.
Party.
Hold on. He got something to say.
Oh, what?
What y'all still
Oh, you
sipping
still
on?
sipping on?
No, I'm saying, what y'all still sipping on?
My shit is gone. I'm done.
I'm empty.
I got like a little bit
I'm
left,
empty.
man.
I got me in
Water.
my office.
Water, 11.5%. I'm
Y'all got me
watering.
out here like, I got 4 in. Y'all got me out here, man. I thought y'all.
Yeah.
No, nobody told you to bring 5 beers. We just said, hey, let's bring a beer. He said, bring a beer.
I might have this. Now that I have it, I might have it later. I might have this later now.
I do. I thought we was gonna have like some banter or something, man. We ain't had much banter, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna have some later, but I ain't sipping like you, John.
I got family.
I got
time.
spacers.
Yeah.
I got spacers.
Slumped over in the corner during family time. I can't do that.
Yeah, go ahead and throw that song on for him.
On the heels of that verses.
Might not make it. We ain't even talking about the verses. Might not make it. Oh, they was on. They did 2 songs together.
Party that. Oh, get wasted.
Is that 2
This
songs?
is icy too.
Yeah. And now they hate each other. That's stupid.
No, they like each other now. They're good.